Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. My name's Leanne. If you're new here, I'm a vegan trying to lose weight on the Slimming World plan. And if you are joining me as a regular viewer, then thank you very much for doing so. So today is Tuesday. Nothing groundbreaking for breakfast, I'm afraid, but just good, honest, simple food. So I've got my coffee, I've got one sin for 100 mils of Alpro Almond Barista. That doesn't count as a healthy extra A, but I love the milk, so I just sin it. And then I'm just having some toast with butter and Marmite. The butter I'm using is the Naturally Vegan Spreadable. Honestly, the best vegan butter I've tried. Now it's 5 sins for 1 tablespoon. So 2/3 of that is 2 teaspoons, and that comes out at 3.5 sins. So that's what I've used, 1 teaspoon per piece of bread. The bread is my Healthy Extra B choice, and Marmite is free. Going in with a super simple lunch today with leftovers. So from 2 days ago, this is leftover cauliflower, bulgur. It was cooked in like vegetable stock and white wine stock. You've got garlic, red onion, bit of kale and some parsley and lemon juice in there as well. So I'm going to have probably half of this, and there's no protein in that. So for my protein, I've got half of these chickpeas left over from yesterday. Some of them caught a little bit on one side. Oh, they've solidified into one. But these are is half a tin of chickpeas coated in 1 tablespoon of Wicked Kitchen Asian style barbecue sauce, which is 1.5 sins, and so that will do nicely as my protein. So I'm just going to heat this in the microwave because it's just literally come straight out the fridge, and that will be lunch. So just 1.5 sins in total, which is really just the chickpeas. Cool. So here's the finished lunch: bulgur wheat, cauliflower, etc., chickpeas. Chickpeas are flavoured with the Asian barbecue sauce. That's that really. So that's 1.5 sins. Good afternoon, guys. Having a bit of a emotional and anxiety filled day. Pretty much all to do with some stuff at work, so that's fine. But yes, if I'm a little flat, I do apologise. I just wanted to show you, I nipped out at lunchtime and because I bought a Chromecast, so I had to go collect it from Argos in Sainsbury's, so that's cool. I can now watch stuff from my phone on my TV, so that's always useful. And I picked up a couple of things in Sainsbury's, so I'll just show you what they are. So my Sainsbury's has recently expanded its vegan range. It's not a very big Sainsbury's because it's only a small town where I live. But they've just started stocking This Isn't Bacon. I went in the other day and they didn't have any, but today they did. So I just got a couple of packs. It doesn't go off till the 25th of October. So I just wanted to have them to go in the fridge because I do really like this one. It's got a really nice, like, smoky flavour. So that's good. I ran out of garlic pepper, so I bought 1 for the cupboard and 1 spare because I use it so much. I thought that can go in my rotation. I found these chimichurri cheese and herb bites by Leon. Now, the other day I tried the mac and cheese bites and they were totally delicious. Because they had pasta in them, they came out at, I'm pretty sure this is why, they came out at 6 sins per half a pack. Obviously you get a few in there. These ones have come out at 14 sins for half a pack. Now, in fairness, I'm sorry for the beep. In fairness, I probably wouldn't have bought them if I'd have known they were quite this high. So 14 for half a pack makes it 7 for 2, or 3.5 sins each. Now, I mean, yeah, you can definitely sort of limit them, but it's the kind of thing that's quite moreish. So slightly regretting buying those, only slightly, because it'll be nice to try. They finally started stocking these, which are one of the nicest vegan chocolate bars you can possibly find. They're very indulgent, but they're kind of like eating a Thornton's chocolate, but in bar form. They're not very large. They're actually only that big. But honestly, they're worth every one of the 9 sins they will cost you. So if you have a lot of sins left one day, these are definitely a worthwhile way to spend them. So that's those. And finally, my Sainsbury's have also started stocking these, which are gorgeous. I don't know if you guys have tried them. Don't be put off by the gluten-free label on there, because these are honestly the nicest brownies I think I've ever tried, pre-packaged or not. They are 11.5 cents each. Again, they're very worth it as an indulgent treat occasionally. Or you could cut one in half and then maybe put some stuff with it and extend it a little bit, you know. But yeah, to be honest, all of these things are quite high sin, and I was just sort of having a moment in Sainsbury's, and I must confess, I very nearly caved. Today's probably the closest I've come to sort of having a emotional eating session, shall we say. But I haven't, and I'm not going to. I've planned out what I'm going to have for the rest of the day. So, you know, there's no need to come off plan. I'm just trying to move on past those feelings. I'm just about to have my afternoon coffee. Not eating any of this stuff. I'm going to go put it all away now. And I'm doing my like caramel macchiato thing. I must think of something else to call it, because it's probably like not fair to call it that, and I don't know if it's a proprietary name or not. But basically it's a almond milk latte with caramel and vanilla syrups by Sweet Freedom, which of course are fruit-based syrups. There is no artificial sugar in them. So I'm just going to go make that now, and I'll show you it then. Apologies if you've seen this before, but for those who haven't, I'll just do a very quick demonstration. So this is espresso that I've just made up using a little bit of hot water and some espresso powder, and then this is 300 mils of Alpro Almond Barista, which I've heated up for 2.5 minutes in the microwave, which for me is the perfect temperature. And then I'm just foaming it up. You can pick up one of these little bad boys on Amazon or your retailer of choice. I love it, honestly. Had so much use out of it since I bought it, so I definitely recommend it, but you do need to use the barista milks with them. This is the espresso that I use. I use it for my normal coffee as well. Definitely far superior to any instant coffees I've had in the past, so I fully recommend that. Try not to throw your little mix over. And then, oh yeah, and they're I think they're about £3.70 each, but I tend to pick up a load when they're on offer at £2, so it's makes it much more viable. And then just pop your milk into your espresso. And then, I'll get that in a sec, don't worry. And then I'm going to do 2 teaspoons each of the vanilla and caramel syrups from Sweet Freedom. So they do come in squeezy bottles, but do not make the mistake of squeezing it straight on, because like all things, if you use your eyeball measurement, it will not be accurate. So always use your teaspoon. That's the second caramel one going on there. We're just about gonna stay in. Oh, it looks like a spider's web. And then once you've got everything off the spoon, you get to lick the spoon, because you know you've sinned it. And then go and enjoy. The syrups are half a sin per teaspoon, so that makes 2 sins in total, with 2 of each one. And the milk is 1 per 100 mils, so that's 3, because I use 300 mils. So 5 in total, and this is a really indulgent, caffeinated, sweet afternoon treat, and it is perfect for my little energy slump in the afternoons. It's Tuesday, and that means Mum is over for dinner, so something slightly more exciting than my recent leftovers. Excuse the hair, I got warm. So I'm just doing sticky tofu. Haven't had that for a little while. Mum likes it, I like it. Feels like a treat meal, so why not? I'll just show you the bits I put into it. Firstly, I've just got some jasmine rice cooking. It's just my favourite type of rice. You can use whatever rice you want. Okay, my jasmine rice is cooked, so I can just set that aside for one moment. In my little pan, I have garlic, ginger, and the other one, chilli. And I'm just going to pop some sesame oil in there. I've added 2 teaspoons of sesame oil to this one, and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil to this one. A teaspoon is 2 sins each, so there's 4 in each pan right now. This is going to serve 2 of us, of course. Right, so I've put some garlic in this pan, and this one we're just going to get going for the sticky sauce. So pop that on a not too high heat, but obviously do want the aromatics to cook there. And in the meantime, I'm going to get my mushrooms going in the big pan. Oh, this is a variation, by the way, of a Bosch recipe. I just kind of don't follow it anymore, but this is essentially where this recipe came from, the Bosch cookbook. Right, once these aromatics are pretty much almost cooked and looking like this, you just want to add in your soy sauce, rice vinegar and maple syrup. Once the mushrooms are looking pretty cooked, just with garlic and sesame oil at this point, I'm adding in chopped pak choy. Now, I've only got a little bit, so I'm also going to put in some spinach today. Okay, while the spinach is simmering down along with the pak choy, which will just take 2 minutes, this sauce here, I've added a tiny bit of water, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of white rice vinegar, and 4 teaspoons of maple syrup. Maple syrup is half a tin per teaspoon. And then I've just made a little cornflower slurry, which is just 1 teaspoon of corn flour with 3 teaspoons of water, and hopefully that should thicken this sauce up a little bit. And this is going to be for the tofu. And meanwhile, I'm going to turn that down and ask Mum to keep stirring it for me. You can see it's thickened straight away. If at this point it thickens too much, just chuck in a bit more water, but do turn the heat down. So I'm going to add the rice into here with some soy sauce and get that sort of stir frying, and we're pretty much ready. Got rice combined with the veggie mixture with about another tablespoon or 2 of soy sauce added, maybe not quite that much. The sauce we added a tiny bit more water to, and it's nice and thick, which is perfect for the crispy tofu that I've had cooking in the air fryer to be added straight to that sauce. So once the tofu is added, you can just mix it through and you'll end up with this lovely sticky coated crispy tofu. Okay, here we've got the plated finished product. So we've obviously got our rice with spinach, pak choy, mushrooms, garlic, soy sauce and sesame oil. The sticky tofu with the maple syrup, the soy sauce, rice vinegar, bit of corn flour in there, chili, garlic and ginger, and then all bubbled away nicely. And then I've just topped that with, well, mixed through the crispy tofu, of course, and then topped it with some fresh spring onions and coriander that I've just chopped up. We have got some more for in a moment, just after I take my picture, of course. But this comes out at, I think, 6.5 sins, but I will confirm it in a moment. Hey guys, so kitchen's clear and me and Mum are just having our little treat for after dinner. We've both decided to have one of these Rhythm 108 hazelnut praline bars. I haven't had one of these for absolutely ages. Delta! I haven't had one for absolutely ages. They're really, really tasty. They are 9 sins each, but I promise they are worth it. Mum is already eating hers and she is in raptures. That's all I can say, raptures. So, not to be confused with raptors like velociraptors, because it's not the same thing at all. That's my velociraptor. Hello, Delta. Are you a raptor? No, exactly. See? Anyway, so I'm also having a cup of Ass dinner tea, and then this actually takes me onto my 25 sins exactly. So the only thing I'll be having will be tea after this later on. Hey guys, I'm so sorry to film from bed. This is horrendous. I just had to film an outro because I had to do some work this evening and time just got away with me. So the only other thing I had was a cup of Pukka nighttime tea, and that was it. It is now, oh god, 12:30, and I need to get some sleep. So I will see you tomorrow. Thanks as always for watching, and take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!